Happy Friday, guys. What's up? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And wouldn't you know it, back-to-back winning days and maybe even better. Depends on what happens on Sunday with the Lions, but we get the Raiders plus 9.5. They tried everything in their power to not cover that spread because, my goodness, that team stinks. J.K. Dobbins got there for us, which is good. I should not have added Royce O'Neal. Whenever there is one game on the NBA schedule, I got to stay away from that. But Broncos do. We thread the needle. The Broncos do cover the 2.5. So the teaser's alive to the weekend. We go with the Lions -2 on the road against the Commanders. 2-1 day, up 0.76 units on the day. So could be up 1.76 units depending upon what happens with the Lions. So carryover effect. But whenever there's one game in the NBA, the prop bet cheat sheet does really well when there's a long, like tonight, okay? Tonight in the NBA, really good night to use the prop bet cheat sheet. I'm not going to do it, but it's the number of games that are being played. If you are a BettingPros premium member or you haven't tried the 6 months for free, I would definitely try it tonight because you have so many games to pick from. Prop bet cheat sheet's been doing pretty well in the NBA, so that's one angle to play when there are multiple games, not one. So Royce O'Neal ended up with 17 points and 4 rebounds, 21, so he goes pretty far over the under 14.5. So that was the one bet that we got wrong yesterday, but 2 or 3 bets right in football. So we'll see what the Lions do, see if we make it 4 coming up this weekend. You guys liked this. If you are a Broncos fan, Bo Nix is not a good quarterback, but do you want Bo Nix's signed helmet? Because it's up for grabs. You can win this Bo Nix signed mini helmet. Subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and comment on this video, and you are entered in to win this mini helmet signed by Bo Nix, thanks to our friends at pristineauction.com. It is that simple. It is that easy to go ahead and do that. Subscribe, comment, and you could win at the end of the month. You could win that Bo Nix Denver Broncos autographed mini helmet. So it is Friday. In Kansas City, they do a thing called Red Friday. So I am going to do a Red Friday 3-leg moneyline parlay. I haven't hit one of these in a while. Now, you can bet the parlay or you can round robin it, okay? I'm pretty good going 2 for 3. If you round robin these plays, there's a decent shot you're going to cash. Now, we might hit all 3, and that's the ideal for a round robin or the parlay, but round robin this on this 3-legger wouldn't be that bad of an idea. I have an NBA play and I have a college football play for us here on a Friday. But first, let me remind you about our friends at Hard Rock Bet. Have you guys gone and checked out the app? You should. It's a great time of the year. There's so many things to bet on. They also have the first bet option still available. You could get $150 in bonus bets. You place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you get the winnings plus the bonus bets. They've got the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub that's got tons of trends, streaks, and stats to help you guide making plays. Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app is the only legal sportsbook in Florida, but it's also live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado. More states are coming, like Nevada. Hard Rock Bet offers promos every single day. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. Okay, 3 bets, 3 money line plays. So USC doesn't really lose in California. They lose in the Central and the Eastern time zone, but they just beat Nebraska. Now, Northwestern comes into town here tonight, and this is going to be a pretty interesting game because Northwestern, well, they just lost at Nebraska, 28-21. USC, well, they just won at Nebraska. They won 21-17. They're off a bye. Northwestern's not. The number is 14, and Northwestern's defense is pretty good, but I'm going to count on USC to get a win here coming up tonight. First leg of the parlay, USC money line. Second bet of the parlay, we're going to go and take a look at the Detroit Red Wings in the NHL. The Red Wings are 9-5 on the season, and they're at home up against the New York Rangers, who are 6-1-1 away from home. Very good. They stink at home. They're great on the road. But the Red Wings are 5-1 straight up at home. This is pretty much a toss-up. It's a pick-em game, but again, the Red Wings. So the Red Friday parlay, we're going with the Detroit Red Wings to come in. And the NBA play is in the Commissioner's Cup, or the NBA Cup as they call it. Sorry, Commissioner's Cup is the WNBA. This is the NBA Cup. The Rockets are on the road against the Spurs. The Spurs haven't lost at home yet, but the Spurs, they've played some pretty soft opponents at home, let's be honest. They played Miami, Toronto, and Brooklyn. These are the Rockets, who just beat Boston on the road. They beat Dallas at home. They beat Memphis on the road. They're 3-1 on the road, and they have won 5 games in a row. Rockets are one of the best teams in the NBA. The Rockets are a very difficult out after losing their first 2 games to the Pistons and the Thunder. They've won 5 straight. Let's bet the streak. Rockets red to come in here on the money line. They are small favorites on the road at the Spurs tonight in the NBA. So our Red Friday parlay, which again, I've not hit one of these in a while, but let's have some fun with it on a Friday. You guys like the Don't Bet Parlay parlays on Friday, so let's bring it back here. And the graphics people tend to like creating graphics and social media content from when I put together parlays. So let's do a theme one for Friday here with a Red Friday 3-leg moneyline parlay for us. And again, round robin is not a bad idea. Go ahead and do a round robin bet. If you don't know what a round robin bet is, look it up, but it's not a horrible play. I'm not going to explain it today, but officially we are going USC moneyline, Rockets money line, Red Wings money line. It's a plus 265 parlay for 1 unit. Let's see if we can cash that coming up here for tonight. Let's talk college football. Memphis. Now, Memphis, if the playoffs began today, Memphis would be in as the group of 5 representative. That's a big deal for me heading into this game. So they know that they are the 12 seed, but they lose. Good night. They have no shot. They have to win. They're 9-1 on the year. Their one loss was at UAB, 31-24. They were, they were expected to win that game, and they did not. So they were 24-point favorites in that game, and they lost that game. That's not great, but Memphis is still a very good football team because of their wins. They beat Arkansas 32-31 at home. That was huge early in the season. They are coming off of 2 straight wins and 2 straight covers against South Florida and on the road at Rice, 38-14. The Tulane Green Wave, they're coming off of a loss against UTSA. They lost 48-26. I don't know what Tulane is. I like the quarterback. I like the offense at times, but I thought they were going to be a team that we could ride and really bet on. I don't think so. All of the steam has come on Tulane. This number was 6.5. We're down to 3.5 now for Memphis at home. They're 8-1 against the number. They're 8-1 straight up. They are 4-0 at home. I don't know what Tulane is. They're so inconsistent. They beat Duke. Great. They beat Army. Yay. They lost to Ole Miss, 45-10. They lost to UTSA, 48-26. I don't know what Tulane is. I just know that Memphis needs a victory here on a Friday night with the national public watching, with all the voters watching. Can Memphis keep themselves in a playoff position? Now, their quarterback is a little bit nicked up, and I'll give you the question as to what exactly is going on at the quarterback spot. We don't exactly know about Brendan Lewis yet. He has an ankle injury. It looks like he's going to play, but I even if it's a backup situation, I still think that Memphis' running attack and Ryan Silverfield is going to have this team ready to go. I like Memphis, okay? I think they are going to wind up representing the group of 5, and this is a game they got to win. I think they take care of business. Tulane at home. I'll lay the 3. It's on ESPN. It's a 9 o'clock Eastern time kick. Memphis, minus 3.5 for 1.1 units. And finally, we go to the NBA. The Chicago Bulls have been the story of the NBA so far. They are 6-1 on the year. They are 5-1. 5-0 at home. They're coming off of a cover by a hook against Philadelphia, where they were laying 1.5 points and they won by 2. Against the Knicks, they were catching 8 and they lost by 12. So they didn't cover in the game before that, but the game before that was at home and they were 5-point dogs and they won the game outright, 135-125. This team as a dog against Detroit won outright. As a dog against Orlando, won outright. Against Atlanta as a dog, won outright. Against the Knicks as a dog, won outright. They did not win outright against the Knicks in the home and home, but the first game they did. Only been one time this year where they've been a dog and they haven't won the game outright. They're playing so well. Josh Giddey's not winning the MVP. I saw somebody, it was like 40,000 to 1 or something on Josh Giddey to win the MVP. That's not happening. But I think you can look at his performance and go, all right, they're a bet on. The Bucks are a good team, but it's really Giannis and who else? Okay? Bucks are laying 4.5 points. I think that's too heavy, to be quite honest. I get 4.5 with Chicago here. I just think this is a Bulls team that's playing with a lot of confidence, and they hate Milwaukee. This is a rivalry game. I like the Bulls here. They're scoring over 120 points per game. Milwaukee's defense is not very good. Sure, the Bucks score. The over might be in play as well for this game, but I like Chicago. I think Chicago's going to be one of those teams we're going to bet on, and we're going to look to ride them given how hot they have been. I know Milwaukee is a tough place to play, but I like the Bulls. Give me the Bulls plus 4.5 here to maybe even win the game outright. I like Chicago. Give me the Bulls plus 4.5. The Josh Giddey crew makes their way up north to Milwaukee and maybe even gets an outright W. I would sprinkle money line on this, but Bulls plus 4.5 at minus 110 for 1.1 units. So 3 plays for us on a Friday, back-to-back winning days. Let's see if we can keep it going. Our Red Friday parlay of USC money line, Rockets money line, and Red Wings money line. Memphis laying 3.5 at home against Tulane, and the Bulls catching 4.5 against the Milwaukee Bucks on the road in the NBA. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.